And good evening, everybody. This is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Happy Halloween! We are going to be kicking it off here today on a beautiful Monday. Playing a little Castlevania. This, of course, the first game in the series here on the NES. Gonna hit these torches outside the old abandoned mansion here. Each of those little chain whips is going to give us a power up. The first one switches us from a normal whip to a chain whip, and the second one makes the chain whip ridiculously long. Pick up a knife to throw there. As you can see, we've got a little 15 in the heart meter. We're going to try and add to that. Every time you use your secondary weapon, you use some of those hearts. Most games of this genre, you'd expect the hearts to be a health refill, but not quite the case here. There we dodge that black cat, it jumps overhead, and we just turn around and pop it in the snout with our whip. Here we're going to pick up the holy water as our secondary weapon, and not catch that cat in time, so it runs clean through us. And as you can see, every time we get hit, even by base monsters here at the beginning, takes 2 ticks off of our health meter. In case you're wondering what that enemy meter beneath it is, that's going to be for our end stage boss. We're in stage 1 here, so the first boss is going to come up at the end of stage 3. Levels here will be 3 boards. This being the first of the iconic Castlevania series, one of Konami's heavy hitters throughout the years, inspired literally dozens of games. Tough as nails platforming, but a very enjoyable playthrough every time, and just the original in particular. As you see there, I picked up some food hidden in a wall. That is the only health refill that I know of in the first 3 stages. But a real celebration of the classic monster films. As you could see, we're here in this little lagoon stage, and the fish monsters coming out bear a certain resemblance to the creature from the Black Lagoon. We're also running into zombies and bats and just all kind of good stuff. If you're a fan of the classic monster movies, Castlevania, you never go wrong. Really nice coloration here too. NES not known for a super deep color palette, but they make really effective use of the colors on this one. And of course, the music, it's a little muffled here, so y'all could hear my goofy voice over it, but really one of the more iconic soundtracks in video game history. Once you hear it once, forever, it's stuck in your head. That's Castlevania. So this giant bat here is our stage boss. Pick up our little bonus symbol, and right away, I'm just not feeling the holy water. Never has been one of my favorite secondary weapons, and I'm just going straight to suck with it. Can't get a hit with it for the life of me. You can see the bat's pretty much had free reign. It's just taking me to task here. I'm down below half health, and I just now logged my first hit on it. So we're going to try playing a bit more cautiously and just seeing if I could get hits in wherever it's going to leave available. Those little pauses there are great if you've got a secondary weapon with range, because you could just sit there and lob things at it. For now, I'm just hoping to kind of break even, maybe get it before I go completely to 0 health. Well, I reached the break-even point, but I'm still not doing that good a job of avoiding it. Here I get a little bit greedy, come up to 1 hit each, and decide to just go for it. Bad move on my part. Mismeasured the jump, and unlike a lot of other platformers, even of its day, Castlevania has a really limiting jump. Like, once you go for it, you're stuck. You better commit to it. As you can see, I go back to the beginning of stage 3 there after I lose my life, and I go back to the base whip too. So I take a little detour down those stairs and to the left, give myself a chance to get that whip fully powered up. Also pick up a new secondary weapon in the battle axe. I've only got 17 hearts to my credit, now 18 thanks to that little one I pick up by the stairs. but instantly I feel a little better with the axe. I'm able to hit it regularly while sitting behind this brick, which gives me a little bit of safety, a little bit of cover. Whip finally finishes that off. You see that glowing red orb there. That's going to be our round clear. Health fills up because we've beat the stage boss, and we get credit for our remaining time and hearts. Just that quick, we're on in the map, showing our progress through. Now we're into this tower. Deep blood red bricks here, really nice aesthetic. And it makes that night pop just sort of pacing around there. Picked up a crucifix boomerang. One thing I always forget about is that bat hanging out there. I guess I'm just so fixated on the night, it's hiding in plain sight and I miss it more often than not. Gonna trudge our way up. Could have swore that was a hidden brick. Apparently I was wrong. Always look for those little secrets in Castlevania games. Plenty to be found, if you're inquisitive and, you know, better than me. So we're just going to keep going ahead, popping those candles just to see what we could get. Extra hearts, maybe some money. Across the floating bridge here. See him being very careful on the jumps. Again, platforming, a real challenge on these. Coming up are sort of the bane of my early game existence, these Medusa heads. They move in a predictable wave, but it's a very difficult one for me to dodge. I don't know, maybe you're better at it than me. If you got any tips, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm certainly open to any advice on gaming. I've never claimed to be an expert, I just love doing it. And this is the reason why right here I'm so open. As you can see, when you get hit, you get thrown a distance. And just like when you're jumping, you can't really control your momentum. You're just sort of going in the direction you were flung. Get up to that narrow platform up there, and there's just no room to move. Either way you get hit, you're gonna fall. Once you fall off screen, that's it, life over, restart. Gonna head up again, and I really should have just thrown the knife. I hesitated and just went with the whip instead, and it was another near miss. That did not help me in the least. Coming through here, and now the Medusa heads are really messing with me. I'm just not focusing well. Kinda just annoyed with myself at this point by the gameplay. I was planning on doing a couple different sessions, just as a Halloween sort of deal. I wanted to do 2 playthrough sessions of Castlevania and 2 of Castlevania 3. I'll tell you what, after this one, I really gotta redeem myself on the second. Well, that's my last life, and we get to the game over.